Okay, what do we do first? John, Teddy? No. What is the first step?
Minus 2.
We need to set the polynomial to 0. So I need to take the 2 to the other side. Minus 2 gives me 16x to the power of 3 plus 32x to the power of 2 minus x minus 2 equals to 0. Now I have 4-term polynomial. So what do we do to factor? We split in the middle. What is the GCF for the first group? 16x squared. I take 16x squared out, and then I have x plus 2. What is the GCF of the second pair? Negative 1. So minus 1, x plus 2 equals 0. I have the same parenthesis in both terms, so I take that out. X plus 2 times what's left, 16x squared minus 1 equals 0. Can I factor further? Yes. The second factor is actually those. So what is the square root of 16x squared?
4x.
4x. And then what is the dose of 1? I mean, square root of 1?
1.
1. So 4x minus 1, 4x plus 1. And then I take x plus 2 down there. Right? So again, I have 3 factors. We started with the polynomial that has the highest exponent 3. So we expect 3 zeros.
You don't, 4x minus 1, you have to put all that, you don't have to do it anymore once you get to that point.
No, because we don't have any squares, right? Okay, so I set each factor to 0, x plus 2 0, or 4x minus 1 is 0, or 4x plus 1 is 0. And then I solve for x. So what is the answer for the first one?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. What is the answer for the second?
1 over 4.
1 over 4. And the last?
Negative 1 over 4.
Negative
James.
1 over 4.
Let me spell that.
So we write the solution as x equals negative 2, negative 1 over 4, 1 over 4. And that is the final answer. Question? Okay. So turn the page. Typical factoring. I know it's typical about it.
With negative 2, you go back.
Mm-hmm.
Just negative 2. Thank you.
It's a promise.
Okay, so polynomial with just 3 terms. So trinomial. How do we factor trinomials?
T-chart.
T-chart. Okay, so what is the T-chart here? What is my M? What is my N?
Negative 6 and 1.
Negative 6 and 1. Right? Because the leading coefficient is not 1, I have to multiply the first and the last coefficients. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. What are my numbers?
6, negative 1.
6,
Oh, wait,
negative 1.
no.
No, don't think so.
No.
2 and 3, I don't know which one gets the negative. Yeah.
3, negative 2. This works. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 3 plus negative 2 is 1. So again, because the leading coefficient is not 1, I cannot do any shortcuts, right? I have to rewrite this trinomial as 3x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 2 equals 0, right? I copy everything except I separate the middle term into 2 terms using my numbers. Okay, now I do the grouping as before. So the GCF of the first group is 3x. The GCF of the second group is negative 2. So it's 3x times x plus 1 minus 2 x plus 1.
People
Yes.
that have nice handwriting.
You don't have nice handwriting.
Yes, I do.
Seriously,
Now we have 2 terms. This is the same
No, it's one.
parent. Okay, so we take the x plus 1 out. And what's left is 3x minus 2 equals to 0. So we started with the trinomial, which had highest exponent 2, so we expect two zeros, and we have two factors, right? So we set each factor to 0, x plus 1 is 0, or 3x minus 2 is 0. We solve each. So x plus 1 is 0, I do minus 1 on both sides, x equals negative 1.
X equals 2 over 3.
Mhm. So here are the two steps, right? Plus 2 plus 2 on both sides. I have 3x equals 2. I divide by 3, and I have x equals 2 over 3. So I write my solution as x equals negative 1, 2 over 3. Yes. No, because this trinomial has the highest exponent 2, right? So we expect two zeros, and that's exactly what we have. Good question.
The zeros is another word for
Zeros root well. Answer is kind of, I mean, when you solve the equation, then you can say yes, these are the answers. But zeros of the function is where the function crosses their like technical terminology. Have to be careful when you can't interchange them and when you cannot. Okay, let's do this one together, I guess, also, and then you can try on your own. So I have x to the power of 4 minus 13x squared plus 36. We have a trinomial, so Jaden, how many zeros will we have? 4, right? Even though this is a trinomial, but because the highest exponent is 4, we should have 4 zeros. Good. Okay, so whenever we factor the trinomial, we do t-chart, right? Doesn't matter what exponents are. So what is my m?
36.
36. So and what is my a?
Negative 13.
Negative 13. So what are my numbers?
Negative 4 and negative 9.
Negative 4 and negative 9 work, right? Negative 4 times negative 9, 36. And m is negative 13. So just to be on the safe side, no shortcut, I'll just rewrite x to the power of 4 minus 4, x to the power of 2, right? I'm rewriting the middle term using my numbers. So the exponent should match.
You have to use x squared.
Yes, because the exponent should match, right? I'm separating the negative 13x squared into negative 4x squared, negative 9x squared, right? Okay, and then I do my grouping. So the GCF for the first pair is x squared. So x squared times, after I divide, I have x squared minus 4. And then the GCF for the second pair is what? Negative 9. So minus 9 times x squared minus 4. I take the x squared minus 4 out. What's left is x squared minus 9 equals 0. Can I factor more?
Yes.
Yes. Both of these factors are those, right? Differences of squares. So square root of x squared is just x. What is square root of 4? 2. So I can rewrite x squared minus 4 as x minus 2, x plus 2, right?
Yes.
Right? And then how can I rewrite x squared minus 9? You. X minus 3, x plus 3, right? Because I know this is a binomial. It has perfect squares and it's a minus, right? So difference of squares. So now I have four factors. I set each of these factors to 0. X minus 2 is 0, or x plus 2 is 0, or x minus 3 is 0, or x plus 3 is 0. Yes. So what are my answers? X equals
2, negative 2, 3,
2, negative 2, 3, and negative 3. Right? We can also write it as plus minus 2, plus minus
Yeah.
2. Another way.
I think we have to do.
Questions? Okay, so yeah, try number 7.
I have a question for
Mhm.
okay, here. When I do this, is this
Mhm.
just going to end up becoming x equals root 5?
This, don't forget what?
Yeah, the plus and minus.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going crazy.
Oh, don't forget to put I for 2.
So I have a question about what we just did.
Yes.
If I do not.
I'm going to solve it silently here.
You don't
You
know
just check
what
your
roll
answer.
trash that means? It's when you no. It's when you just like run through a place and you like break a bunch of stuff or like you're really clumsy.
You call me fat?
No,
Mary.
you're tall, which means you're more likely to hit things by
You just
accident.
called me fat.
Oh gosh, I am not having this fight with you right now. I'm not in the mood.
That's not mom.
Shut up. You don't see my mama that much.
Right?
Go outside with him.
Said you called me a bull.
No, I didn't call you a bull. I said
Oh, if you are done, you can work on the next one, right? No reason
it's an
to start
expression.
discussion.
Crap.
Everyone got to this part?
Yeah.
Can I factor further? No, right?
Wait,
Since I cannot factor further, I have only 2 factors, so I need to set each to 0 and solve for x.
Wait, there's more. I said so.
Yes, but each of these factors, right, when I set it to 0, what kind of equation is this?
Oh, so it's
Quadratic,
for
right?
each.
So how many solutions will I have? 2. So I'll have 2 for this one and 2 for this one, total of 4. That's exactly what I want because my exponent is 4, right? So what is the best way to solve this kind of equation? So square root method, right? Because it's only binomial, x squared equals something. If I subtract 5 from both sides, I have x squared equals negative 5, and I can do square root on both sides, right? Or I could do the quadratic formula or completing the square, whatever. But this is kind of good candidate for square root method. So square root both sides. Don't forget plus and minus. Right, so how do I deal with this? I. Because the
Negative.
square under square root I have negative number, I think that negative out is
this
I.
guy literally doesn't
Square
even
root
know
of
what
5.
I'm doing.
Maybe.
Yes,
Hope it's not squared.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, but
Oh, if I
kind
talking
of
too loud?
discussing.
I'm sorry.
So the second one, plus 5 on both sides. So I have x squared equals 5. Square root both sides. Do not forget my plus and minus. So I have x equals plus minus square root of 5. Right? So in total I have 4 solutions, 4 zeros. So the final answer is what? Plus or minus I square root of 5 and plus or minus square root of 5 without that. Questions? Yes.
Oh, not on that. I'll wait.
Okay, which one should we do?
The next one's 8.
What?
I said the next one's 8.
Right, so we have like under 10 minutes,
so the
right? Let's
answer
do
would
one of
be
the difference of
enough
squares and one of
I
the
know.
cubes. How about that?
You know what? I'll just ask you.
So difference of squares.
X
Again,
equals 0.
before I can solve by factoring, what should I do?
What? Equals something.
Good. What do I do? It's the first step? Yes.
Can we go back to that one? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so there was a x squared minus 2 equals 0? Or no, x squared
Yeah.
plus 2?
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I made a mistake right here. Oops.
You guys should say something. Listen, I told
Yes.
you we get we get cross-eyed when we're up there working on the smart
Should be
board.
3. I mean, it should be 2. I'm making mistakes again. Oh my goodness. What is it 2? So it should be x squared plus 2. So minus 2 minus 2. X squared is minus 2. Minus 2. 2. And then 2. Right? So I'm replacing all these 5s with 2s. I copied wrong.
Solve.
Minus half a point, right? That's more.
If you see something like that, say something, okay?
See something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Go back. What? All good? Okay, let's do one of the difference of squares test. So before I factor, what do I need to do?
You need to make sure that they're square root.
Well, before I
Oh,
can
no,
do
you gotta
that,
get 0 by itself,
I need to
right?
set the whole thing to 0, right? So minus 144 minus 144, because we are solving by factoring. Nothing else. We are solving by factoring, right? So x to the power of 4 minus 144 equals to 0. Now I can factor. So I have the perfect squares.
Yeah.
Yes, the square root of x to the power of 4 is what?
X squared.
X squared. The square root of 144 is what?
12.
12. So I have the difference, right? It's binomial, it's the minus, it's perfect squares. So I can rewrite my binomial as x squared minus 12, x squared plus 12, right? Equals 0. Can I factor further?
No.
No, because I don't have perfect squares, I don't have perfect cubes, so I'm done. Both of these binomials are prime. So I set each of them to 0. And then I solve these quadratic equations. So the first one, x squared minus 12 is 0. How do we solve?
Add 12.
Add 12 to both sides. So x squared equals 12. Then what?
Square root it.
Square root of both sides, and I do not forget what?
X equals square root of 12.
Plus minus. So x equals plus or minus. Can I simplify square root of 12?
Root 12.
Hmm?
Root
It's just gonna
12.
be root 12.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
What if you do the factor ladder?
That's usually
Right, so 12 I can divide by 2, 6 I can divide by 2, 3 divide by 3, 1. Do I have pairs?
2 root 3.
Yes. So it's 2 root 3.
Is that the answer?
Well, almost, right? I have 2 zeros, but I still need to solve this one.
But doesn't it end out the same?
Almost, right? Here is minus, here is plus.
So is it just going to be x equals plus minus I?
Yes.
2 root
X
3.
squared equals negative 12. So square root both sides with plus minus gives me x equals plus minus I
2 negative 13.
to square root of 3. Not negative because I already took the I out, right? So these are my final answers. X equals plus minus 2 square root of 3 and plus minus I square root of 3. Questions? No. I don't think we have time to finish anymore.